Hello everybody's and body everys, G Forelli, and I wanted to talk about a concept for For Honor 2. I know For Honor is still alive and well, but I just love the idea of making concepts. I might just make more concepts about different games in the future. Let me know what you think. I have been, trying to work on a concept for Project Cross Zone 3, and oh my gosh, please bring Project Cross Zone 3 back. This is like one of the best games I've ever played. Anyway, let's build a For Honor 2. For this, I will be dividing the video into 3 different sections: story, factions, and heroes, and gameplay improvements. Without further ado, let's build this game. Okay, so for the story For Honor, if you didn't know, here's a quick refresher. So basically, this world is similar to our own, except there was a great cataclysm, a huge, gigantic earthquake that moved various lands around the world into a massive country called Heathmore, putting the world's greatest warriors in history to war: knights, Vikings, samurai, and later along the road, the wu-lin. By the way, I don't know what time period this game takes place in, but I assume the 11th century, considering all the factions existed in real life, historically at that time. Okay, so I'm going to tell a story of what I want to happen, because I don't know what direction the story is going on with lately. So I cannot tell how the story will end. Will all the factions kill each other? Will peace be achieved? I can't tell with what's going on in the orders. We're talking about a rare bird also, so the hero could be named the Phoenix for all I know. So what I want to happen is basically For Honor 2 takes place in the modern day. And wait.
Alright, I gotta leave, okay?
John, we just started. Come on, man.
Listen, there's a lot to see in this life. Not wasting it here.
I already know what you're thinking. Wouldn't people just use assault rifles, RPGs, and nukes but fill to the brim with Draconite? My answer to that is nope. Okay, let me explain why. Using guns in that universe is frowned upon greatly because of the dishonor of not battling your opponent directly. Now, don't get me wrong, I can already hear you saying, but G for real, they have crossbows, bows, bombs, and Dragonite, and a crazy woman that gives you a bloody hickey. And my answer to that is, I really haven't thought of that. I only thought of a modern day setting because I want all the close range weaponry. Have
you ever had a dreams that you want him to do you so much you could do anything?
Weaponry
each faction can offer, and to not have any more discussions of historical accuracy about anything the factions are capable of. So the story is that Heathmore is split into 2 halves, the Deers and the Wolves, as a result of the Chimera and the Horcrux War, and I am not going to go into specifics about what happened. Let's just say that Apollyon lookalike starts war between the factions. Okay, now that's wrapped up, let's get to the more exciting part, the factions and the heroes. Okay, so now I'm going to say what heroes we could have in this concept of mine. I actually think that some heroes can return, and I'm going to list all the returning heroes and say why some did not make the cut. First, the heroes that will return. Warden. Yes, because he is a basic soldier among the knights and a great beginner hero for new players. Also, in this list, every hero has revamped movesets, and I am not going to go over specifics on the new moveset. Let's just say he would have a stab attack similar to Lawbringer, and that deals good damage, but if you're near a wall, it causes big damage. Now, I know that sounds similar to Warmonger, but it would not inflict bleed. I don't know how to differentiate this fucking game. Next is Peacekeeper. Probably not. Now, don't get me wrong, Peacekeeper is a really good hero, and I really love her design. Heck, she's the second woman in For Honor I would try to do the Devil's Tango with. But for this game, I want more creativity and uniqueness in the weapons this game has, and the Knights has a crap ton of weapons they could use, so she's gonna have to stay out of this war. Conqueror? Nope. Actually, maybe. I don't know. He does have a good design in my opinion. I mean, his moveset isn't designed well. Holy crap, that is hot garbage. A Lawbringer. Yes, he can stay. I think that Lawbringer is just too unique in that he has to go on in the second game. For his new move, he could have a new feature that allows him to reduce the opponent's health when they're blocking twice as much from a top-heavy attack. Centurion? No. I want to replace him. That is my sole reason for his exclusion from the Knights. Also, I'm pretty sure in the modern day, the Roman Empire doesn't exist. So like I said before, no. Gladiator. No. Let me explain. I love Gladiator. I really love Gladiator's playstyle For Honor. Also love skewering a person and then flashbanging them with my fist. But when I look at Glad, I always think to myself, why? Why is an arena fighter participating in war? I will admit I love the weapon choice I went with here, but I could only guess as to why they put him in the first game's roster. I'm pretty sure it was to go with the Roman Empire theme since the previous Knight Hero was a Centurion. But I digress. No, he is not coming in the next game. Black Friar? Yes, and yes. Out of all the Knights and Heroes, the developers really said, yo, what if heroes could parry unblockables in all guard? No. Okay. But what if they did? He is my favorite knight because the developers also made a game-changing mechanic and changed everyone's playstyle when fighting a Black Friar. So yes, he is coming back. Also, I'm not changing anything about his moveset, just copy and paste, that's it. His moveset is the most special out of all the heroes. Warmonger. No. First of all, her weapon is literally just a type of longsword that is just wavy at the tip. And our moveset doesn't bring anything creative to the table, so yeah, no. Griffin. No. Since this is set in the modern setting, Holding Cross is dead, so no, he literally can't be in the game. Raider. Yes, same reasons for Warden. He is a great beginner hero and really a generic soldier within the Vikings. Berserker. No, I don't think this dual axe wielding Viking will return in this concept of the sequel. My reasoning is that, again, there are a lot more unique Vikings that they can have other than swinging some axes around. Warlord. Yes, but only if they give him a rework in the second game. As he is now, just no. Please. God, no. Valkyrie. Yes, I do think that she could come back for a second round. I do want a revamped moveset, changing her mix-up from getting a sweep off to something else that is a 50-50 mix-up. Highlander. Yes, same reason for Blackfriar. The uniqueness of having two stances is an amazing concept. Just one little thing, can they change his moveset, please? I mean, he can still have two stances, just replace all his attacks with something new. As long as we don't have his light speed. Holy crap, why did I make that change? Shaman. No. I love her blood trance feature, but I'm pretty sure that thing is generally useless. And I'm going with more unique Viking weapons. Plus, she is just a crazy person, so no harm done removing her. Warmonger. No, they're just a Centurion. They just don't have a charged punch. Kensei. Yes, again, he is a basic soldier among the samurai and a good beginner hero, that's it. Orochi? Yes, putting aside all the comments about Orochi being brain dead, a light spammer, and a living cheat code, I think that he is a really well designed hero and could be tweaked a bit. Shigoki. He is the first hero for me to say, I don't know. My reason for saying that is he has such a unique weapon and fighting style. And I'm going to be honest, if he does or does not make it in the sequel, then I just won't care. So let's just say yes and be done with this fat Oni. Nobushi. Yes, I do think the sexiest woman in For Honor can come back for the second round. But she would not rely on bleeding her opponents, just a basic 50-50 mix-up. Maybe she can have a scorpion kind of attack where in her execution when she pulls the enemy close. That could be an attack. Also, you know when I said that Peacekeeper is the second girl I would do the Devil's Taker with? Well, Nobushi is the first. I mean, look at her. She's just so freaking sexy and cute. Shinobi. As much as it pains me, I'm gonna have to say no to the ninja. I want to go with someone more unique and creative to replace him. Or Mujira? No, I just don't see him returning if Ubi made a For Honor too. And same reason for Sen, I just want to give up his spot to someone more unique. Hitokuri. Yes, I think that Hitokuri has a very good playstyle that could be improved upon even more in the sequel. Also make them have a stance. Because constantly throwing attacks is not a stance. Kyoshin. No, I don't see him coming to the sequel. Only if they gave him more of a Yaido fighting style. Plus, they don't even contribute nothing to the story. In the war, they are described as neutral. They just want to bring balance to the war for some reason. All of the wu-lin? Yes, each and every one of the wu-lin is super unique, so I don't see why they shouldn't return. Also, let me just say something about adding new factions to the first game while we are here. They could add new factions in the future, but that has me worried. And no, it is not about the development of the factions, it is about the community reacting to the new factions. Because when the wu-lin first came to the game, there was a lot of hate thrown towards them. It's only because people didn't know what to do against them. And the people that did know was vastly outnumbered by the people that just whine and moan about how adding this faction could be a horrible change. So if you're hoping for a new faction, we probably won't see a new faction again. We are living in the age where Ubisoft just gives every new hero reused assets, so if they did add a new faction, it'll probably be the reused faction. Anyway, let's continue. Alright, that's all of our returning characters named coming to the sequel. Now let us see some new faces. Hey, for the new heroes, we're going to start off right the bat with the Knights. I'm just going from left to right from the character select screen. No opinion bias here. Inquisitor. Some of these hero concepts, by the way, are made by FatChalupa on Reddit. Good name. I don't even know what a chalupa is. But anyway, here's the details. They seem like they fight with a rapier and excel in Counter-Strike ripostes and parry ripostes or rip chainsaw or whatever, and saw feints. Feel free to pause the screen and read any of this stuff if you want. You know, why do people beg for a knight hero with a rapier? Wouldn't you guys like something like a more interesting weapon? I mean, I get it, a rapier is very good and it seems cool, but I even saw a concept that they want a gun with the rapier, which, I mean, I don't know. Plus, I believe we're already getting a new hero with a gun. I should take it. Sentinel, as you can see, this big boy looks deadly, and now I know he has a big hammer. But I'm pretty sure the creator of this concept has no intention of making another Centurion. The Arbiter. This concept, gosh, why does it give me Halo vibes? This concept is by Teeny Tiny Wyvern on Reddit. I think that this could be a great addition to the Knight as he brings something really new to the table. I mean, just look at that stance. He literally can't be moved. That stance will help out a lot in anti-ganking and would just shape out the meta oh so sweetly. Vikings, the Corsair. Look at this lad. He comes with good range and an interesting weapon to boot. I feel like he'd become a really great hero if the devs come in contact with this guy, this FatChalupa guy. Volsung, I believe that's how his name's pronounced. That staff is really unique. It could be really fun to play with. Ooh, and look at that drip. They definitely need this hero. The sword staff, the appearance looks really cool. Next is the Samurai. The Geisha. This looks to be a unique hero with a very unique weapon. This is what Shinobi's replacement is, by the way. Again, feel free to pause at any time and look at the concepts. Sohei, I don't know, I'm sorry. Another great addition to the best faction in the game.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit.
Looks like he utilizes the Yari Spear to pin his opponents using an unblockable. Imagine he could just Centurion you from across the map. No, that's a joke, obviously. Surely Ubisoft wouldn't do something like that, right? Right? Unarmed Hero. This concept is by Zavi John. At least that's how I think that's how you say his name. On Reddit. And I had to put them in the sequel because they're just too good to not be included in this list. They are so well designed. Plus, I have always wanted an unarmed hero. Here we are with the wu-lin here. The Jinhua. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I'm no expert in pronunciation, so I don't know. This concept is by Dude with a Name on Reddit, and look at her moveset and weapon. I believe this could be a really unique hero. I really like this Dude with a Name concepts on Reddit. He is really good. You should really check him out on Reddit. Alright, on Reddit. How was I gonna say that? Daichin. I'm going to put it simply, this probably could be a Chinese warlord, but better. You know, he could actually have a 50-50 mix-up. No, that is finished. Let's move on to the gameplay improvements. Let's start off with a game-changing addition. First, Bash Armor. This armor prevents you from being affected by bashes at all. Stamina damage, health damage, and being moved by bashes in general. Now hold on. Before you say...
But why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
First, let me explain. It is only when you are parrying. This would help anti-ganking significantly because you don't have to worry about Gladiator's toe fetish anymore. Second, revenge is now proximity based. What does that mean? Your revenge meter will go up regardless if your enemies wait to tag you after a while. This gets rid of babysitting and actually makes revenge feel like more of a comeback mechanic. Third, could we please not have the new hero released mid-season? Fourth, rework the faction war to actually matter. Maybe whoever wins the season, they get a new hero, or, not the new hero, the faction that wins could get unique executions, like, early. Don't get me wrong, all the factions will get unique executions, but the faction who won gets it really early. All I want is to make the faction war matter to every player that plays the game. 5. Make the class system matter. This is really simple to do, just make some game modes that force you to play a specific class. Check out a YouTuber called Raven Knight's video about new game modes. He has a excellent one utilizing the class system. 6. Remove Reflex Guard or make it to where it is only on in duels, but 4v wars turn them off. 7th. Make a surrender button. Listen, we have all been there when your team makes the other team rage quit, so just make a surrender button that automatically takes place when the enemy team is fully replaced by bots. And you will get, let's say, double the XP if the enemy team gets fully replaced, and you will get normal XP if the enemy team chooses to surrender. And yes, both sides get equal XP regardless if they surrendered or not. 8th, new game modes. We really need new game modes in For Honor. I think that all the game modes in For Honor 1 can just go straight into For Honor with some new ones. Here's one called Coliseum, which is basically King of the Hill. If you want to, King of the Hill. Pause if you want to read any of this here. This right here is another one called Faction War, where it actually uses your faction to challenge other factions and not just everybody. Everybody, you know, your faction included, you know what I mean? I know this isn't detailed as much, but I think that this could really help the faction war by making the war actually matter. 9th. A mosh pit of game modes. This idea was created by 4 editors or Metaverse. I forgot which one. I know it was one of them. Probably. Now this could be implemented in the first game if a Ubisoft dev stumbles upon this vid and says, sure, which is never going to happen, but a man can still dream. This mosh pit thing is basically a combination of all the game modes you will vote for. The game mode you will play next the game you will play next after a match. This would make all the game modes in For Honor played a lot more. I wanted to speculate on the new hero. This is going to be a short section, not going to be that much because I'm not a historian. So, for heck, all I know is that the new hero is going to be named Phoenix because it's a rare bird, and I know that a phoenix is associated with China, I believe. I believe that. I'm probably not, but I don't know. Anyway, I think that they possibly could be based on the Chinese pirates, but there's this theory that the person in the launch trailer is not the new hero, but there is a hint to what the new hero's weapon is. It is the Chinese spear to the right at the end of the trailer and in the title screen. But the new hero might have a flintlock pistol though. Ubisoft released this season's launch trailer and gave us a tease at the new hero. At least that's what I believe. I just can't wait to finally make that meme come true, you know. The one that says, "Parry this, you filthy casual." Anyways, that is all I have today. See ya. Don't forget to like and subscribe.